the southern part of Louisiana.
We passed that place where the bandit yarn is, where they signed the papers for the battle.
Oh, the Shell Met Battlefield, the battleground. No, that's out of, it's about 9 miles from the French Quarter where that took place at, yeah. It's called Shell Met Battlegrounds. And actually they have some of the tour buses that goes there if you're ever interested in doing that. Now you can, if you have your own vehicle, you can actually go to Shell Met. It's in St. Bernard Parish, and you can check out the Shell Met Battlegrounds over that area. It's pretty awesome to check out, yeah. Here on Roy Street, homes of many beautiful art galleries and antique shops. We was talking about that school, that's still an active elementary school. It's known as the old John McDonald 15. They converted it over this year to Homer Plessy School. And Homer Plessy was the free color guy when it was segregated throughout the civil rights movement. It was him and also a lady named Ruby Bridges. I'm not sure if y'all familiar with that lady. She was one of the African Americans that was 6 years old, the first in Louisiana to enter into an all-white school. But Homer Plessy also, he tried to board the all-white streetcar and was kicked off. He sued the city. The case went to the Supreme Court. He lost the case. And he's buried in the St. Louis #1, but they offered him to have this school dedicated to him in the French Quarter this year on St. Philip Street. On Royal Street here to the right of us here is the Andrew Jackson Hotel. Back in 1732, serving as one of the first United States district courthouses here in the city of New Orleans. It's located here right inside the French Quarter to the right of us at this Andrew Jackson Hotel. Right past it is going to be the Cornstalk Fence Hotel. The Cornstalk Fence is like one of the 5-star hotels here in the French Quarter. The architecture on this place is called the Corinthian style architecture. And that's the designs that are on those column posts. This place was originally owned by a judge named Judge Francis. He served as a Louisiana Supreme Court judge, and his wife was from Iowa. Familiar with Iowa, state Iowa, and it was cornstalk fields from Iowa, and that's where the cornstalk fence come from. He wanted his wife to feel at home while they lived inside the French Quarter, because he would always leave out on business trips and she would be feeling that left at home. So he put those cornstalk fences out front so that she would try to feel at home when he would leave the structure of the property here throughout the quarters. Left of us here, we're gonna have the green structure is the Madam John Legacy's place. Big green one here. Madam John Legacy's place has been on site since 1788. That place was one of the homes that survived that fire that took place in 1788 on Good Friday when that fire took place.
Which way?
That one? This way, yeah. It was on the side street.
Oh, I missed it.
And that place has been on site since 1788. That place is now Louisiana State Museum. If y'all ever get time, it's free admission to go inside of it, and they allow you in the inside to check out the architecture of the French Creole Cottage, and it's called the Madam John Legacy's place on Dumaine Street. Yeah. Now back in 2005 when Hurricane Katrina would take place here throughout the New Orleans area, the French Quarter did not receive any flooding waters here because it's the natural highest grounds above sea level. It's about 8 to 10 foot above sea level inside the New Orleans French Quarter. At the highest point is near the Mississippi River area. A lot of the lower lying areas were the areas that were heavily impacted, like New Orleans East, Lower Ninth Ward, Chalmette areas, parts of Mid-City, part of New Orleans. That was the areas that were heavily impacted. The city of New Orleans also was established on a swampland. Being established on a swampland, it still holds the moisture beneath the surface of the structures of the buildings, and that's why you see a lot of the potholes and sinkholes throughout the streets inside of the city, because all of this was built on top of a swamps where they would establish this the city back up in 1718.
What? Every day.
Trucks ain't supposed to park on the corner right there.
Yeah.
Here we just turned on to St. Anne Street. To the left of us at the Place d'Armes Hotel. 1725 under the French colonial colony, which is located by Jackson Square Park area. This served as one of the first schools on site in Louisiana, was located here in the side of the French Quarter here on St. Anne Street. Now, the sign Place d'Armes just translates over to military drill field. And the archway here inside of the entrance is known as the Carriage archway. And that was one of the passageways for the main source of transportation, which were the carriages to enter into the rear courtyards of the properties here throughout of the New Orleans French Quarter. This sign to the left of us talks about it being that first school in 1725. Father Raphael was one of the head priests over from the St. Louis Cathedral Catholic Church, would be the guy who would teach the community of French kids that was set up there by the colony that would send to attend school here by that location of the Plaza Hotel there. This is the Hurricane Katrina Museum here to the right of us on the first floor, and the Mardi Gras Museum is on the second floor. Like $8 to get into the museums. Coming up to the left of us here, the building has the wrought ironwork. On the second deck, there's some circular areas with initials embedded into it. Those initials stand for Michaela Almanasta Pantava. That's the identical twin building. Both of them are 3 stories high and 1 block long with the red bricks. This one was constructed in 1850 and 1849 as the first set of 3-story apartments in the United States. The lady Michaela Almanasta Pantava had this Jackson Square Park constructed in 1851 and dedicated that statue of Andrew Jackson there in 1856, and it was designed by a guy named Clark Mills. And her dad's name was Don Almanasta. He constructed the St. Louis Cathedral Church, the Presbytery, and the Cabildo where the Louisiana Purchase was signed. Have probably about, let's see, got about like almost 6 minutes left. I'm gonna go ahead and go down, pass by the Ursuline Convent and come back around. Usually the tour end right on the next block over. I go ahead and this is probably my last trip of the day. I'm gonna just extend it around if y'all don't mind.
No, that's fine. Harry's Corner.
Y'all will go down to Frenchman Street before?
No.
Y'all never been. See where that big brown building is? The Frenchman Street, known as the Jazz District of New Orleans. They have a lot of good jazz venues and restaurants over there inside the area. The neighborhood is known as the Fireburn Marigny neighborhood. It's one of the neighborhoods constructed up by a guy named Bernard de Marigny. He served as one of the wealthiest landowners here and wealthiest guys in 1805 to 1806, and they established that neighborhood. It's actually outside of the French Quarter. Once you hit Esplanade Avenue, which is where those cars are passing in front of the Yellow House, you're actually out of the French Quarter, and then you over into the Marigny area. Big old building we're going to check out is coming up. It's going to be the Ursuline Convent. It was home to the Ursuline nuns that came over in 1737 under the French rule. This is actually the second convent that was built up. The first one was all the way in the front of on Bienville Street. I don't know if y'all familiar with Bienville Street, in the front of the French Quarter area. That's where the first Ursuline Convent originated. This one was constructed up back in 1737 when the Ursuline nuns would come throughout the area here underneath the French ruling. This place is now Louisiana State Museum. It's like one of the 3rd older buildings that's inside of the quarters here, the Ursuline Convent. And they do tours inside of it if y'all ever interested in going to check it out, and do a lot of like ghost stories and vampire stories at nighttime inside this area. This is the General Beauregard Keys home. Francis Parker and Keys Garden is here. General Beauregard, the first general that took the first shot to the United States Civil War. They also do tours here inside the General Beauregard Keys. This is one of the statues that was over by City Park area that was talking about with all the Confederacy stuff going on. They was pulling the statues down. That was one of the statues they had pulled down here inside of the New Orleans area. Here the St. Mary's Catholic Church. And then right past us here, coming up, we'll be making a right on Governor Nichols Street. Most of these areas, though, is more quieter, laid back, residential areas here on the back side of the quarters. Now, the architecture of the gallery and the balcony. So y'all familiar with the gallery, the difference in the gallery and the balcony? To the right, these are the balconies. The balconies are just supported within the structure of the building, and they sit half of the distance from the front street property line back towards the structure. Right past it, these are called the gallery. You can see the difference. The gallery extends from the front of the structure of the building to the street property lines, and it has the column posters of either the Corinthian style or Ionic or Doric style columns that support the front sides of the gallery all the way out to the street property lines. And all of the ironwork is known as the rudder ironwork, and that was all culture brought in by the Spanish in the 1760s. All the way up ahead of us is going to be where the French Market building is, in the flea market area of the French Market. And then coming up to the left of us, right where the blue flag is flying, that's the home where Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt lived at here in the French Quarter area.
Where they live?
Yeah, they sold it though.
Okay.
Yeah, they used to live right here where the green shutters is here.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Unbelievable. Got some Hollywood info.
And Nicolas Cage. See, I don't know if you can see behind us. See that gray structure to the left side? All the way in the next corner above the trees.
Okay.
Like big gray structure. That's where Nicolas Cage lived at here. And that's the house with all the bad stuff that happened to the slaves, but it was chained in the attic of the property, the Madame LaLaurie's mansion. And they had all kind of bad stuff take place inside of there. And they do a lot of the ghost tours at that property also at night. And that's the flea market area.
Doing good, how are you?
Welcome to New Orleans.
That's the flea market area of the French Market. Have y'all been back in that area?
Yes.
Okay.
There's some good muffaladas
Muffaladas.
in there.
Y'all went over to Central Grocery?
No, we haven't been there.
Central Grocery, the home of the muffalata. In 1906 when they established it. It's down, we're gonna pass by it.
All right.
What's some of y'all favorite places to eat?
Go ahead, Eloy. This is my favorite place to eat.
I like the place. I can't say the name of it.
Fish, shrimp, the shrimp po' boys.
Downtown? It's downtown?
No, it was in Kennedy.
Oh, okay.
Yes, downtown. Downtown, people, mothers.
Yeah, Mothers, yeah. A lot of people like Mothers, Pauline Connection, over, Dookie Chase. Paudris. On Paudris. Y'all know what Paudris is?
Yes.
Yeah. That's one of the latest places came. The BB King Blues.